In a previous video I made a gnome, and I worked hard at making a swirl pattern in a mixture of clay, but this clay is not a mixture, it's metallic clay, and no matter how many times I try to mix this, it will always have that marbling, that lines inside of it, which is the effect I worked hard to get on another, whereas I worked hard to get it by mixing clay, but here it's all in one clay. So let's make that figurine now. A little gnome out of metallic clay. And I'm going to need some for the hands. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off now. Make the ball out of it. Let's give him a cap. Start working the head shape in. Actually, that round, that should probably be the bottom because it is so bigger than the top. It's almost a peanut shape. And I'm doing this as I'm doing it, so I'm probably sounding like I'm out of breath. A little bit of work here. I'm getting debris out of there. Now I'm working on the pointy cap. I do want to be on the back side of the head, so that's good. Let's start making the head. I'm basically just pushing the blade in there. Now I'm going to, I'm using the back side because it's a little more blunt. I'm going to roll up to make the head rounder. The chin, the back of the head here. Let's do the same thing for the cap here. Let's go ahead and demarcate, or draw where it's supposed to be, where the hat is supposed to be. I'm going to make the roundness of the head by rolling the blade downward from the cap. Alright. And maybe push up a little bit to make the cap. The brim of the cap. Maybe I should do this with the back side because it is blunt. You get a little more clarity there. Oh, I don't like that cut. Alright, the head is nice and round. Let's go ahead and make the collar. Doing that with a medium-sized tool of the 3 tools. Small, medium, and large. Didn't really get too far there. I'm going to let that be the front. In fact, maybe I should flatten that out a bit, because that's where these hands are going to be, on both sides of his cheeks. Make the hat pointy, bottom round. Alright, let's see here. I think I want to make that a little more clear, a little more distinct, a little more obvious. The chin, neck area. See how the head nice and round? I think I'm going to do the face last so I don't mess it up as I'm working on the other parts. He does have a seam up here. This is how it's been made in the past video. Alright. Let's go ahead and make the hands. I might have actually made too much material for the hands. Let's get him over here. Yeah. Not too much material. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm trying to shape the hand. And I want to make this part smaller, so it blends in with his body. Whoops, just hit my tools with my handy dandy knife. Just knocked away my handy dandy tools. Sculpting tools. Okay, I think it has a nice shape. What you want to do is, whoa, it's kind of thick though. Good gravy. Make it a little flatter. Taper it flatter, and really flat on the bottom. I want it to go to nothingness, as it were. And we'll cut out the hands. It is a stone figure. So I figure having geometrical shaped hands kind of adds to that effect. Whoa, baby. Scrape that baby off. Notice I'm kind of bending the blade as I go under, so I get as flat as possible. Now the hands are not straight up and down, they're kind of going that way for the cheek. On the cheek, I should say. I probably should have done that seam right there last. You live and you learn. Still, this is probably like my 5th one of these babies I'm making. 5th one of these stone gnomes. I'm still learning a better way to do it. Smoothing it into the body. Using the knife first, that gets it in there quicker, and roll it with the body. Now his body's getting elongated as I do this, so I'm going to fix that by, let's go ahead and fix the collar too here, there we go. But doing this, pushing down on him a little bit, squatting that baby, squat. Squishing him, making him squat. That's cute. Squat figures are cute. And that's the effect we're after here. Alright, I think I covered up way too much of his face. In fact, I probably should have made his face first. Alright, let's go and make his fingers. I'm going to divide it right down the middle. 2, 3, and 4 gives you 5 fingers. I start with the middle and do the others. I think his thumb's going to be on the outside. These are the backs of his hands. Let's go ahead and rock down the middle here. Let's use the sharp part of the blade. I had like a little heart shape right here. I'm not getting that effect very well here. I have to fiddle to make that on this one, on this figure. I think I'm going to run the knife down here just to give a good sharp flat edge to the inside there. And let's go ahead and, oops, I'll make sure I'm not getting a weird shape pushed into this. Let's get his bottom rounder again. Alright, he's nearly done. Good gravy. Got some impressions here I did not want. Anywho, let's make his face. Making a lot of noise here. Oh my goodness. I think I've used all my erasers down. Which means I'm not going to get the exact effect I want. I need a pencil eraser shape. Doesn't have to be a pencil eraser, but it's going to be a pencil eraser shape. Here's an old pencil. Old being the operative word means that that eraser is worn down. I'm going to probably get an interesting effect if I were to use this old pin here. I love these pins, by the way. I'm going to tell you what the name of them, but the cheapest ones, yet they are the best writers in my local department store. Oh, I don't want to do that because it's going to give me that weird ring, so I'm not going to use that. Yep, I'm unprepared. That's assuming I had that tool. Speaking of which, where is my dowel rod? Ah, there it is. Where I thought it should be. This is, in the previous video I used this, I made this, and used it to make the face on the figure, the stone gnome. This is pretty flat. It's got a little concave there though. Maybe that will actually help rather than hurt. I'm not going straight in, but I'm going in at an angle. And I want his nose too. Well, mercy, I'm making a monster. This also takes away from the shape of him. There's my tool here. I'm not putting my tools back in place like I should. I'm going to use that small area where it dips in there. Might be more control to have something a little more uniform like this. Alrighty, I'm not really a big fan of that nose. Let's make it a little smaller here. I am what I call a fiddle artist. That's because I fiddle till I get it right. And I don't think that's always a good thing. That's a little better. Because it takes time to fiddle. Whoops. I'm using any tool at hand here. Okay. The final touches. Well, the final touch may be actually baking this clay. But the final touch is to sculpting it. Let's go and give him a mouth. Pretty close to the nose. Push it in nice and deep. And I'm not going to go too high. Because to make this cute, you want the eyes to be kind of low. And about 1 eye width apart. For really cuteness, you might want to go 2 eye widths apart. But I think this will work. What do you think? And there you go. Stone and gnome. Got that nice marble effect. Didn't even have to mix it. In fact, I mixed it as much as I could to get rid of that effect previously. But here, it actually helps. I mean, that's, you know, a little stone effect in the stone gnome. Alright, I hope you enjoy that. And a little quick sculpt there. Thanks for watching.